Hello yarn tubers, welcome back to Dana's Wanderlust Crochet. Putting on my shoes, we are live. My boots. I'm in Snowville, Utah. I'm finally off of I-5. Hallelujah. Hallelujah! I'm off of I-5. Hi, HD. How are you this morning? Of course, it's probably not morning where you are. Sipping on my coffee. I haven't looked up the whole furrows thing, but I plan on it. Okay. I have not done my pre-trip yet, but I have read a chapter in Genesis. I have taken my bath, did my hair, cooked my yeah, it's evening where you're at. Cooked my chuck eye steaks. I'm on my second, hi Marion, second big 30-ounce cup of coffee. Kind of, I see a little light happening in the sky. We're getting ready to roll. What time is it? 6:45. I think I need to go on duty. The temp is outside. Ooh, it's cold. It's chilly. I gotta put on a coat to go out and do my pre-trip. I don't know where my, oh, no. I don't know where my little red flashlight is. What did I do with it? Did Stephanie move it? Stephanie probably moved it. Now I have another flashlight here, but it needs batteries. Oh, it's got nothing in there. It needs those double A's or triple A's. I can't tell. They're double A's or triple A's. I need my glasses. Okay. I think they're triple A's. Yes. And I think I have triple A's up here. I should. I hope so. Cleaning. Where are my batteries? Oh, I don't know where they're at. Let's see. Check this other cupboard. Who moved my AAA batteries? Oh, I want to show you guys this hat. Isn't that cool? My friend Kelly made me that. I like it. I might need it. I'm heading into Wyoming. Batteries! Woohoo! Look what I found. They don't go in that. They don't go in that spot. But oh, these are double A's. Oh, for crying out loud! These are not helping me. I need triple A's. Well, maybe I can find a headlamp in here with all my hats. Here's a headlamp, but I don't know if it works. Nope. Nothing's dead. It's dead. I got another. How many headlamps do I have in What is that? It's a double A. I have no batteries. I only have one headlamp in here. I don't know what size battery. I'm sure my headlamp takes AAAs. Why do I have double A's in here? Doesn't make any, that don't make no sense. Now I gotta figure out how to open it up. I don't want to wait too long for daylight. Ugh. Somebody open that for me. Oh no, they're AAAs and they're dead. Oh well. Where is that little red flashlight? What did I do with it? Not there. Not there. Wait. Nope. That's L.O.C. Well, dang it. Well, I do have a utility light out there that I can shine on the back of the cab. That'll help. That is just weird. I can't find anything. Huh. Imagine that. I lost the flashlight. That never happens. Okay. Well, I'll have to do it without a flashlight. But I do, like I said, I've got some lights. I'm going to turn on my lights. Yeah. It's getting daylight here. But according to my dash, it's like 34 degrees out. It's chilly. And I have to go clear to Denver today. Hope I can make it on my clock. I got to get fuel in Laramie, so don't let me forget to get fuel in Laramie. Oh, maybe I put it down there. Okay, utility light. There it is. That's hot. What are you guys drinking? What are you guys working on? I'll be right back. I'm going to go do my pre-trip. There's my flashlight. I found it. Okie dokie. Pre-trip done. Pre-trip done. Okay. Shut off the utility light. The goal today is to make it from Snowville, Utah to Denver, Colorado. Actually, to Commerce City, Colorado. So look up that distance. It's going to be a long day. Because I have an 8 a.m. delivery in the morning. But I need to check on that 287 cutoff from Laramie to Fort Collins and make sure that's all good. Everything looks good on the Wyoming app this morning, but I forgot to check that particular cutoff. So, it's like 597 miles. Oh well. But I get to do 70 today. It's so much nicer than driving up and down I-5 doing 59 miles an hour for hours and hours and hours. I don't want to do that. But I can set the cruise at 70. Good morning, Nisi. Yes, it's going to be a long day. That is a long ways to go. Snowville, Utah to Commerce City, Colorado. Ooh-wee. But at least I can do 70. That 59 miles an hour going up and down I-5 every day is getting so old. But I have a new planner now, and my DM and I, George, are hoping that I start actually getting some miles now. Now that we have a different DM, one who isn't, you know, ornery. I don't think this guy is ornery. The last one was ornery, and that's a nice way to put it. Good morning, Sue. Good morning. Yeah. Better planner. I make less money now than when I started with this company. And I was at a lower rate when I started with this company, but I got the miles. I was on this. They called it the GP Triangle. I went from Portland to LA to Denver and back over to Portland again, and I was making bank, but not now. And I think it was that planner. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm awake yet. But I have to go on duty. Let's go on duty. I did my pre-trip, but I gotta clock it now. Did my pre-trip. We're ready to roll. I did work on, I finished the last of the center of one of my squares this morning, and I started on, I did rounds 5 and 6. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, good morning. Did rounds 5 and 6 out of like 10 or 11. Anyway, I got those white centers done, and now I'm working on the color. I did 2 rounds of the color, and I got 2 more to go, I think. So yeah, I think there's 9 rounds in that square, but it seems like I put another one. Yeah, I'm making progress. So I got all the centers done. So that makes me feel good. And how many of you looked around at the seasonal Yarny YouTube hop videos that were put up 2 days ago? There's some great stuff. I love watching those videos and seeing what they made, and it inspired me to continue to try to do at least like the next one will be the first day of summer, which is it in June or July? Good morning, Trudy. Good morning, good morning. Is it in June or July? It's like the 20th, 21st. Good morning. Does that say Donna? Good morning, Donna. I need my glasses. Yeah. Is it June or July? Let's see. March, April, May, June. I'm thinking it's June. Around the 20th of June. Isn't that right, for the first day of summer? And then he's a flirt. He is a flirt. But anyway, I have picked out a pattern. I picked out a nice, not too busy pattern, and I'm excited to do that. I have 3 more squares to go, then I need to block that. I'm waiting for my blocking kit. Yeah. I'm gonna finish mine in the next couple of weeks, and then I've got that blocking board that Deb gave me, and I think I'm going to use it because then I can stack them up. And I had to order extra pins for that because I want more pins. I want straight edges. I'm very excited about that. Who gets excited about blocking? I do. I get excited about weaving in ends. In fact, next week I got a video going up about weaving in ends on smaller yarn, like 3-weight and smaller, where if it's 4-weight and I'm using those gold bent clover needles, those are great. You need winter. I am ready for summer. Of course, you're in the southern hemisphere, so you're just the opposite of us. Which, by the way, everyone, I am not on Pacific time today. I am on Mountain time today. So how nice is that? Oh, yes, yes. I'm not a big fan of untangling, but I will take the time to kind of get in the moment and do it. But it's part of the reason why I use the wool Jeanie. Yes, everyone. Part of the reason I use the wool Jeanie is because, first of all, it's effortless, and second is because I don't want to deal with yarn burr. And when I use the yarn Jeanie, everything comes off so nicely. There's no tangling. And I don't care that it's an outside pull. Somebody one time made a comment in the chat after I had uploaded a video about the wool Jeanie, and they're like, well, I only pull from the inside, like it was a moral issue. No, pull from the outside. Pull from the outside, make your life easier. Now, granted, there are a lot of yarns where it's very easy to pull from the inside. But then the cake, collapses on itself, and the skein collapses on itself, and that's when I start having trouble, is when, I've been pulling from the inside, and the skein or the cake or the ball starts collapsing. That's when I start getting tangles, where if I'm using the wool Jeanie, it's so much easier. Just makes my life a happier place. Starting to get daylight, you guys. So true. So why do we want a center pull? I know. And even like balls of yarn, like the balls of the Stylecraft Naturals, bamboo and cotton. I put them in a baggie, in like a sandwich bag, and I pull from the outside, and I let that ball bounce around, and that baggie bounce around at my feet when I'm not using the wool Jeanie. But outside pull makes me happy. I'm getting ready to order a really nice Swift Sheets Creek yarn. Now, I've heard of it, but I haven't looked at it because no need for me to buy yarn right now. Okay, bye, Nancy. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, so Wool genies are great cat toys. Oh my goodness, I hadn't thought of that. I haven't been around a cat with my wool genie yet. Been around the puppies. I've been around the puppies. Yeah, so that's another reason why I love the wool genie. I either use the wool genie with an outside pull, or I put the yarn in a Ziploc bag and I just open up the bag and I pull from the outside and I let that ball and that bag kind of bounce around, and the weight of it, you know, keeps my yarn fed. And that's what I've been doing on these squares, because those are balls of cotton and bamboo. And I did the same thing with the Happy Place yarn, because those come in balls. That yarn, you guys, is so nice. So nice. So if you haven't checked out the Seasonal Yarny YouTube hop, those videos, you know, search the hashtag Seasonal Yarny YouTube hop 2024 and all those videos will come up. Talented ladies. Very talented ladies. And who's sending me postcards? Send me those postcards. The link to that video is down in the description box. To send me postcards so I can choose one in 2025 to design a pattern, to design something. What's that group again? Oh, the Seasonal Yarny YouTube hop. Yeah, just search the hashtag Seasonal Yarny YouTube hop 2024. Is that what you're asking, Pam? Trying to get woke up. I'm thinking I need to take my vitamins. Vitamins! Double X, you guys. Neutralize double X. The only way to fly. I need him this morning. I'm a little sleepy. I didn't fall asleep very fast last night because I drove so far yesterday that my body was vibrating when I stood up. That's what happens when you drive a lot. That tells me that it was unhealthy driving, that I drove too... God dang. Niles. Let's put you on live chat. Okay. Niles, don't be so mean. One minute he's giving you a hug and a kiss, and the next he's beating you at rock, paper, scissors. What time is it? 7? I tell you what, this daylight saving time is kind of kicking my rear end. Niles is taking credit for that. Typical guy. Okay. Oh, he's being mean, Marion. He is absolutely being mean. Okay, time to do my DDIR. Trip, safe to drive, yes. Do the trailer, pre-trip, safe to drive, yes. Okay, now 4 more minutes. Who's going to drive? Good morning, Amy. Put him in his place. You know, Denisha comes in here and she immediately goes, "Don't start with me, Niles." She cracks me up. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning. Yeah, you're going to drive, Marion? Thank you, because it's going to be a long day. Long day. And I'd rather just crawl back there and take a nap. So how is it in your area, Amy? Because I'm not on I-5 today. I'm on I-84. Good morning, Diana. Guess where I am? I'm in Snowville, Utah. I don't know how long, if we're going to be able to make it through what I call the canyon. When you get down here, you make a left at Ogden, and you kind of start climbing up on 84, and then at Echo, Utah, you merge in with I-80, and you go on up the hill to going up the rest of the canyon to Evanston, Wyoming, and we might have some buffering. In fact, it's possible I could lose you guys as I'm going through the canyon, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just so happy. I'm sorry, Amy, but I'm very happy not to be driving through Sacramento this morning. We'll be in the 70s this afternoon. Maybe rain tomorrow. Yeah, I heard the rain's coming in. Your aunt lives in Ogden. Well, we'll be waving at Niecy's aunt, if I don't forget, as we hang a left at Ogden. Oh. Need to get some sunlight on my eyes. I'm not going to get 10 minutes worth, but get some daylight on my eyeballs. One more minute and we are rolling, you guys. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Kat. Ogden? Yeah, I'm going to be going through. I'd be happy not to be on I-5 too. Yeah. You're getting snow in Iowa. Well, what's it like where everybody else is at? Because I'm headed through Wyoming today. It's going to be all day. Yeah, everybody's making plans to go to the Yarny Social. Very excited. I went through Boise yesterday, but I didn't stop. I went all the way through Idaho without stopping. Boy, did I need a break when I got parked here last night. Woo! And plus, they had criminals running around the Boise area yesterday, so no need to stop. I think those guys, there was a prison escapee and he had an accomplice, and they're white supremacist kind of people. Okay, Niecy. But they escaped after shooting it out with the cops at the hospital, but it looks like they may have gone north, which surprises me. I figured they would take 95 south through Nevada and they'd be, I don't know. But it seems like a lot of those guys, those white supremacists, there's a lot of those up north, like north of Spokane. So northern Idaho, northeastern Washington. So maybe they were headed back to their people. Yeah. We're going to be sold out. Let me tell you, we're going to sell out fast. That is for sure. We are going to sell out. Okay. Oh, time to go. Okay, Marion, hit the road. Tug test. That works. Now let's see if it rolls. Yeah, they like it up north. Apparently that's kind of their area. Like I know. It's just from watching YouTube and Prime Video. That's how much I know about it. Of course, I did have a friend once who was kind of in that world. I don't get it. Other than, you know, like young adults and you know, looking for an identity, and I think they take it too far, way too far. Seatbelts, everyone. That's right. Marion's in charge of this train. Do what she says. What is that? Oh, I think there's a fire down there. I could smell smoke. Even though it's pretty cool this morning, it's like 35 degrees, it's very dry. So let me get straightened out here and I'll turn you guys around. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe they need jobs. Maybe they need a sense of responsibility. Wow, I don't have you guys strapped in yet. Here we go. There's one. There's two, and I'm gonna plug you in. Okay. Oops. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but white is not a race. Hello. I'm white, but that's not a race. Give me a break.
Turn left.
And then they try to use the Bible, like they take scripture and make it sound like they're spiritually correct. They are so far off the mark. They don't know anything about scripture. They're trying to back themselves up. Okay, give the puppies a kiss. Maybe soon I'm gonna have a puppy to give kisses to and take for a walk. Okay. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. Excuse me, auto hauler. Coming through. Pardon me, coming through. There we go. Hitting the road, you guys. This is technically considered I-15 South. Well, no, it's not. It's still I-84. It's all I-84 as far as I'm concerned. We're gonna plug in my earpiece. All this before we hit the freeway. Yeah! There we go. Yeah. Like, they think they're some superior race. They're Heinz 57, just like me. There is no race that is white. Give me a break. We're just a bunch of mongrels. Give me a freaking break. I don't get those guys. Anyway, I could rant on and on about those idiots, but that's okay. I don't have to. I can just drive the truck, talk about crochet. Yeah. Most of us are just a bunch of Heinz 57. Give me a break. I did spit into it too, but you know what? I'm mostly German. Because that's on my mom's side, that's where the family came from. They were escaping Nazism. They were escaping all of that when they came to the States. But I've got a lot of UK. Yeah, I'm a mutt. I'm definitely a mutt. Yep, I spit in a tube a couple years ago. That was interesting, and it's interesting to get emails when I have a DNA match. Some long lost, 5th or 10th cousin. Greek, all sorts of stuff. Well, and on my dad's side, my family came from Georgia. And we're talking, this was a white trash family. Total white trash. And, God bless them. I love them. That's my family. But, good morning, Michelle. But, they lived through, the Southeast. It's where they came from, fought in the Civil War. On the wrong side, of course, but, well, that's a complicated issue. But, yeah, I don't think, anyway, I'm not impressed. But, the thing is that my grandmother on my father's side constantly bragged about how much Indian we have in us, like Native American Indian. Yeah, I spit in that tube. Sure, there might have been, one in the woodpile back there, but that was it. There's not much Indian going on in my bloodline, that's for sure. Woo! Oh, the Greek Mafia. Wow, that's an interesting story, Nisi. And there's no record. I've done a ton of research on the Hightower family, because that's the name of the family that my dad was born into. All the people who were doing genealogy research, there is no record of them in like Jamestown, or they get to a certain point right about maybe the Revolutionary War or before, just right before, and there is a dead end on the name Hightower. There's nothing overseas. And of course my grandmother, with all her Indian stories, yes, we're Irish Indians, which means we're the lowest rung on the social ladder, that's for sure. But there's no record, really. Yeah, I got some Irish. There's a little bit of Irish in there, a little bit of British, UK kind of, just a little bit, but mostly it's the German from my mom's side. There is no record. So I'm wondering if the name Hightower was changed after coming to this country because they were criminals. I got a sneaking suspicion I'm a descendant of horse thieves and murderers. Oh well. Good morning, good morning. Here we go now. I just left Snowville, Utah, and I'm headed for Wyoming. Yeah. Okay, dude, I'm not going to do that to you. If you're going to come around, I'm not going to play this game. Yeah. I am born and bred Oregonian. And now I have residency in Idaho. That's really all I feel like I can claim. But there's an awful lot of German in me. So, you're welcome, dude. But that German comes from my mother's side, 2 or 3 generations. Well, it was World War I, or right at the beginning of the war. Good morning, Carrie. That my family escaped Nazism. They came over here to escape all of that. My mother was worried because we had so much German heritage that and because such a huge majority of the family came from Germany, I believe she was worried that, we're descendants of, part of that whole Nazi regime. But I can't read that much of a paragraph because I'm just glancing while driving, so I can't read that much of a paragraph. Anyway, she was worried, but what she found out was that no, we were not a part of the family had nothing to do with the Nazi party. And well, good morning, Kim. That we were escaping that, and that's why And I don't remember, I'll have to look it up. I don't think there was any Jewish blood in us, which, you know, apparently there were many Germans who had nothing to do with having any Jewish, you know, nothing to do really with the Jewish, but they wanted out because they could see that what was going on was really, really bad. So, you know, the Germans escaped too. You either got indoctrinated or you got out, is the way I understand it. I should check it again and see if there's any Jewish blood in me, any Hebrew. Yeah. And apparently my husband's family did the same thing. They got out. I can't read that much. I can't read paragraphs when I'm driving. I'm sorry. It's all a scan. And, you know, the reason why I don't use StreamYard, German, Irish too, yeah, I think that's what I mostly am. German and British and UK. Yeah, Western European would be secondary for me, but mostly German. Oh, the sky looks pretty. Looks pretty out here today. Coming up on Rattlesnake Pass, and we might buffer a little bit going over that pass. You can see it up ahead there. Easy, girl. Don't get out of control. I know we got a lot of miles to cover, but don't get out of control. Fly, fly, fly. Fly, fly, fly. Flying over Rattlesnake Pass. Mile marker 17 in Utah. So what's everybody having for breakfast? What are you drinking? What are you working on? What is everybody up to this morning? I know Marion, she's driving, so I can get those squares done. Haha. You have a cat in your lap? I would love to have a cat in my lap while driving. Who told you that, Marion? Where did you hear that? I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would like to have a dog again. Has Robbin been blabbing? I might have a puppy. Oh, yeah. Well, and we're not talking puppy. We're talking adult dog. Amy's getting ready for work. She works up there by the airport. I've been dogless for 6 months. My friend Pat, she's a lady I lived with in Idaho before I started driving truck. Sweet lady, member of the church, and her family, they treated me so wonderful. And so many times one of them would be visiting and they'd say something like, "It's so nice of you to move in with Mom to help her." Well, I helped her a little bit, but she was so independent. She was going to do everything herself. She was in her late 70s, early 80s. So I would wait till she went to get her hair done, or she went over the hill to go shopping to like help, like, you know, vacuum and do a little cleaning up, do a little bit, but she really wouldn't let me do much. And her son and his family always came over on Saturdays, and they mowed the lawn, they did all the yard work, and I mean, they did all the outside stuff. So the truth was, she was helping me. I needed a place to live. Well, poor old Pat, I mean, she had 8 or 9 kids. Let me think. There was Herb, there was Roy, Robert, Russ, Real, and then the younger one. That's 6, and 2 girls. And I hope I'm not forgetting any, because that's 8 kids. Good morning, good morning. And the oldest one finally passed away a year or so ago, Herb. But yeah, she's got 8 kids, and they all have families, so she has a huge family. Her husband passed away, I want to say 10, 12 years ago, maybe longer. He was a preacher, I guess. That man, I guess that man was a heck of a preacher. So anyway, Pat has been declining for quite a while, and Sunday night she finally passed away in her bed. So I lost my friend Pat recently, and I couldn't be there to say goodbye. Makes me sad. Hopefully I can get to Idaho like next weekend to pick up a package. She's got kids, grandkids, great-grandkids. She's got a huge family. Thank you, Marion. And I was talking to Russ. Russ does a lot of preaching at our church, and he does the Bible study. Thank you, Michelle. Gosh, she was a great lady. Oh my goodness, she was like another mom to me. Oh, okay, I'm not going to get all teary-eyed, but you know, I was checking in on how him and his family's doing, and I said, how, you know, I never know how to reconcile the grief with the joy for the person who passed, you know, like the joy that she's free now. Like Dooley's free now. Thank you. But how, you know, how do you reconcile my own selfish grief with the fact that, you know, they're free, and the joy for them? He's like, isn't that insanity? I think it is. It's tough. I mean, she's 86 years old. Her kidneys were pretty much shut down. What a sweet lady. Yeah, voice text does not work very well. Sorry for Pat to go. Yeah, you know, there is an elk reserve. I couldn't figure out why. Yes, sad for us, happy for them. I couldn't figure out why I was getting down there, you know, north of Bakersfield, but south of like Fresno, south of Coalinga, you know, south of Kettleman City and Harris Ranch. Why I was always seeing a herd of elk out there to the west of the freeway. Well, coming in from Maricopa the other day, headed towards I-5 so that I could go north with the kitty litter, I saw a sign that said elk reserve 7 miles or 8 miles north. I'm like, oh, well, that's why I see elk in Southern California. Wouldn't surprise me if I saw a herd of elk today going over Elk Mountain. It is beautiful. There's a bank of clouds up ahead, but before that, it is beautiful. It looks like Salt Lake City might have a bit of a storm over the top of it, and I'm trying to get ahead of that storm. And the problem is, in Wyoming, especially over Elk Mountain between Rollins and Laramie, right ahead of the storm would be a lot of high winds. So hopefully I don't have high winds going over Elk Mountain, because otherwise, you know, I've got to add another, what is it, 30-40 miles and go around Elk Mountain on Highway 30, which I love to do, you guys. I love to get off of I-80 and go around that narrow 2-lane road on Highway 30, which is the old Lincoln Highway, and, you know, go through Medicine Bow and recognize, like, there's a Fetterman Road out there. Well, there was a battle up there outside of an army post. They called it the Fetterman Massacre, and apparently there's a memorial site out there too, somewhere between Highway 30 and Interstate 25 is where that happened. And I love seeing these names of places that I've read about in all my historical fiction novels, which I love those stories. I'm fascinated with, especially the mountain man kind of thing, because my father and my stepmother and my brother and I used to go to these black powder rendezvous and compete with black powder rifles when I was growing up. We wore buckskins, we had mountain man names, and we competed with the rifles, we competed with knives and tomahawks, and oh, they were so much fun. So I'm kind of into the whole mountain man black powder thing. And growing up, my dad taught me so well. Here's a little known fact about me. I was considered a black powder markswoman at one time. I doubt I could hold a rifle today. But when I was younger, I won a lot of competitions, and I hunted with black powder. I love the whole process of taking care of a black powder rifle. Oh! Huh. I haven't even hit the canyon yet. I haven't even hit Tremonton. Yeah, for a minute. It's because I'm going over these passes, Marion. Oh, very cool, Kim. Like black powder rifles, or do you know? Are they muzzle loaders? I love muzzle loaders. I think they're beautiful. I think they're a work of art all by themselves. My last one was a 50 caliber flintlock. Man, I love that rifle. Ah. is made by a company called Traditions. Whee! Here we go now. Here we go now. Let her rip, Marion. Let her roll. Oh, cool, Kim. I got a friend who has a Civil War cannon that he rebuilt. I was waving at you yesterday, Carrie, as I went flying by. I hope you're safe with all the excitement that happened there yesterday. But last I heard, those guys might have been spotted north. Pretty sure they're headed north. Of course, that, you know, we never know if those reports are correct. And they identified, by the time I started hearing about it when I was parked last night, they had identified the accomplice. So here's what happened, as far as I know, you guys. This guy, and he was one of those white supremacists, I guess, according to the reports, cut himself bad enough in prison, in the Idaho Corrections Facility, that they had to take him to the hospital, to St. Al's. Well, where they treated him, you know, he was there for several hours, and when they went to take him back, an accomplice came into the hospital and started shooting, and nobody was killed. We had wounded officers. One was wounded by friendly fire. But we, you know, we do have some wounded officers, and those two escaped in like a gray 4-door Honda Civic. And they are at large. But because of who they're affiliated with, well, I was telling my friend Sandra, oh, I bet they just headed down the 95 and went through Nevada and they are gone. But then there was one report that I saw where they said there may have been a sighting up in Idaho County. Why? To look up where Idaho County was, and it's north. It's on the west side of Idaho, but it's north of the Treasure Valley. So because of, you know, the group that they're affiliated with, you know, we hear about a lot of those guys up north. So maybe that makes more sense that they went north to be with their people. They'll get caught. And when my friend told me about, you know, what happened at the hospital, I'm like, okay, I want to look it up just in case, you know, there's anything I need to be on the lookout for being out here on I-84. But they probably didn't go this way. And besides, if they did, I'm over like 3/4 of a day behind them. So if they headed this way, they are no longer in Utah. I gotta get over. There's a truck on the shoulder. Oh, absolutely. I always keep my head on a swivel. Absolutely. I have to keep my head on a swivel. Things happen out here all the time. I have been very blessed. And it always surprises me how well protected I feel. Now, I don't take that for granted, but when I look back, when I sit at the end, yeah, well, they're stupid anyway. Let's face it, Kim, their whole philosophy is stupid. But that's how we got it started on, you know, whether we're German or Irish or all of that. I'm sorry, I am Heinz 57. I am not a race. White is not a race. But yeah, so I do keep my head on a swivel, but when I get done at night, I sit for a few minutes and I kind of reflect on how my day went. And it amazes me, you know, I look at where there have been accidents that I was either ahead of or, you know, somehow avoided, how I was able to back into a very narrow dock, you know, with a tight dock. And I always feel very blessed and protected, and it astonishes me at the end of the day of how the day went. Even when, you know, not everything went as I wanted it to go, it still astonishes me at what went right. Absolutely astonishes me. But yeah, I do keep my head on a swivel. I got to pay attention to my surroundings at all times. Skinny jeans for the truck? I don't know. Did I miss something in the chat? I missed something. Oh, coming into Tremonton. Oh, the narrow dock? Okay, yeah. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Tremonton, Utah is where we're coming into. Oh, you guys. Oh, yes. Stuff's falling down from the shelves because the road is rough. I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather be on this rough road than I-5, which is also a rough road. And all roads seem rough when you're in a Freightliner. That's why they call them freight shakers. They are rough riding. Ah, good coffee. This morning I'm drinking bourbon pecan coffee. It's a low acid coffee that I got off of Amazon. My Aunt Martha got me a bag of it back on for my birthday, and she also, because it was October, she went to Trader Joe's and got me a couple cans of that pumpkin spice coffee that Robbin's always talking about, and I love it. So I have figured out that I can buy that pumpkin spice Trader Joe's coffee off of Amazon. So I have cans of that, and I have a couple bags of the bourbon pecan. And right now I'm drinking the bourbon pecan. I've been drinking pumpkin spice for like 3-4 months now, so it was time to switch. It is so good. Well, here's the big town of Tremonton. Tremonton, Utah. Let her coast. Let her wind it up going down the hill, Marion. Whee! Woo, we got up to 75. The speed limit here is 80. But the truck is governed at 70, so whee! It's straight, and I don't see any deer or elk crossing the road. Put the Noah scarf in the helmets, everyone. That's right, and water wings and safety glasses, and no open-toed shoes. Then we're coming up on the Logan, Utah exit. So here is where I-84 and Interstate 15 become one. And they become one until you get down to Ogden, and then I-84 heads east. So that's where I'm going to be headed. It heads east, and then at Echo, Utah, I'll meet up with Interstate 80 and head on up the rest of the canyon to Wyoming. That's right, Marion. We're going to have to duct tape Stephanie to the seat. Because she's a rule breaker. Except for Kitty. Kitty can sit in your lap while you're driving. The mountain range along here, along the Salt Lake Valley, is very pretty. I forget, is that the Wasatch Range? I forget. I think that's Wasatch Mountain Range. It's very pretty. A lot of horses and cattle through here. We'll put her in the trailer. Let her bounce off the walls inside the trailer. She can sit on top of the cargo. Very cozy, I bet. I bet. We'll give her a blanket and a box of kitty litter and a jug of water. Poor Stephanie. We're kicking her out of the truck. I may have to shut off when I get up to Evanston, Wyoming, if we make it that far. If we don't lose too much signal between now and then, that's when I'm going to shut off the live, because I'm more than likely going to be pulled into the Wyoming. She's not even here. Poor Stephanie. We're talking about her. Yeah, the Wyoming port of entry, where I'll have to take paperwork in and be a good little truck driver and do all the things. They always pull us in at Evanston. Well, at every port of entry coming into Wyoming, they just pull you in. And you bring in your paperwork, show it to them, and then they kick you out. Then it's time to go, 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 go. The bad part is that I have to burn up my clock doing that. I have to put myself in on-duty status to take paperwork in and show, because if they check my, I think they can check my duty status with these tablets and with the systems that they have now. You have to be on duty status to have your paperwork checked. Or if you're having, like, I got a level 3 inspection the other day. I had to be in on-duty status. That made me even later than I thought I was going to be for my delivery in City of Industry, California. Old mottled Appaloosa over there. There's some really well-bred horses in this part of the country. There's professional cutting horse trainers, breeders around here. High-dollar quarter horses through here. And a lot of beef cattle. Let's see, what are we coming up to? Well, we're coming up to Prime, who's only doing 59 miles an hour, of course, to get his fuel bonus at the end of the month. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's considered the Wasatch Mountain Range, running along Interstate 15 here. Oh, you made it to work. Good deal, Nisi. One thing about it, Utah is pretty. It is my kind of country. I wouldn't probably live here, though. I don't think I would like living here as much as I love, you know, the fact that this is horse and cattle. This is quarter horse country and cattle country. Oh, I would love to see the Assateague and the Chincoteague ponies. I would love to, because I read Misty as a kid. I read all those Marguerite Henry books. I read everything. Oh my goodness. Mustang, Wild Spirit of the West, Misty, the Chincoteague pony. The one about Big Red. Man of War, all of her books, read them all in hardback too. I had all those books for a long time, but I would love to go see the ponies. Oh, and Icelandic ponies too. I'd like to go to Iceland and see those, you know, visit some of those breeding farms and get to know those ponies. Of course, I am a quarter horse person at heart. I'm not a thoroughbred or warm blood or Arabian person or all these other breeds, but I am interested in other breeds. I like to know more about them, but when it comes to my own horses, I'm a quarter horse person. Okay, that would be fun, Kim. I would love that. Of course, now while I'm driving for this company, they might be starting, you know, a run that goes to Arizona and back up to Portland. And I told them, put me on it. And then I found out that these doors that I'm hauling right now out of Grants Pass go to Boise and Denver every week. I'm like, hello? Why am I not on these runs? I mean, I live outside of Boise, for crying out loud. Why am I not? And I'm always wanting to go to Denver. Why am I not on the Boise-Denver runs? And that is because we had an ornery, for lack of a better word, planner planning my truck. He was vindictive. He had his favorites. Yeah, so hopefully this new planner, George said he would look into it. I think George gets busy because he says he's going to look into things all the time, and then I think he gets busy. He's got too many trucks on his board. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. I have to get to Emmett next weekend. I got to pick up a package in Emmett next weekend. Plus, I got to check my mail and say hello to Pat's family. I'm just still grieving over the loss of her. And that family has so much to do. You know how it is. with older people. I mean, she's 86 years old, and that little house is packed. It was clean, it was orderly, but it was completely packed with a lifetime of memories and knickknacks and knickknacks and, you know, things that you save, and oh, the pictures, and oh my, the sewing and the books, and she even had some crochet in there, and oh my goodness, just a lifetime was in that little house, and it is completely packed. Florida, I mean, it's not like a hoarder's house where you have to walk through trails or anything, but oh my goodness, she had no more storage. She had absolutely no more storage in that house. And it's an old remodeled farmhouse, which I love, you know, farmhouses that are the real deal, like that one. And her husband added on the living room, and then he added on their bedroom. And hi, Samantha. And so, so it was a little bit bigger. There's 2 extra rooms. And I mean, when they moved in, it had 2 bedrooms, a dining room, a kitchen, and 1 bathroom. That was it. And he added on the master bedroom with the master bath, and he added on a good sized living room. So, and all of it is packed. And you know, I think I walked back into her bedroom once the whole time that I lived there, because that's her domain, right? You know, and I don't remember why I walked back there. Apparently I had to get something, or I had to look, I don't know what it was, but it was a legitimate reason. But otherwise, I think that's the only time I was ever back there. I'm heading to Denver, Samantha. I'm in Utah right now, but I'm trying to make Denver tonight. So no messing around, Marion. You hammer down and get this truck there. Marion's driving this morning. Okay. Rough roads. We're coming up on, what are we coming up on? I don't know. We're still north of Ogden. Ogden is 22 miles. Oh, we're coming up on Perry, Utah. You got this? Okay, Marion's gonna get us there before it gets dark tonight. She's gonna get us there before 7 p.m. Man, it'd be great if you guys were driving, because I could just crochet. Those squares would be done by now. I'd be working on my dang I'm gonna go past Johnstown. I'm gonna be flying past it. No stopping. Marion won't be allowed to stop heading down I-25. No, we are headed to Denver. Commerce City, actually. To the yard. We're gonna make that yard before dark. We're not getting out of this truck until she pulls us into the Pilot at Laramie for fuel. We're not going to need any DEF, but we will need fuel by the time we get to Laramie. Because, Marion, you're not allowed to stop in Ogden for fuel. We're gonna hammer down and go right on past it. I can't go to Buc-ee's, Samantha. I would love to go to Buc-ee's, but I can't. No trucks allowed. We talked about this the other day on the live. I can't go to Buc-ee's. I can go to the other truck stop, Johnson's Corner. Yeah, Marion's got this. She's just going to keep the hammer down. Nobody's going to be able to stop to go to the little trucker's room. And the reason why I've never been to Buc-ee's is because I'm a truck driver. I can't drive in there. And there are no Buc-ee's in Idaho or Oregon. So anytime I'm not in the truck, which is Idaho and Oregon, there's no Buc-ee's to go to. But I hear great things about Buc-ee's. In fact, the first time I ever heard of them, when I was still driving for, I think I was still driving for May Trucking Company, and I've been through Texas. I've seen, and I've been to all kinds of, I've been to Iowa, the world's largest truck stop, the Iowa 80. And one of my friends at church says, well, did you go to Buc-ee's? I'm like, what's a Buc-ee's? And I looked it up. I'm like, no, I haven't been to Buc-ee's. I can't go to Buc-ee's. There's no trucks at Buc-ee's, which kind of irritates me. So now I don't want to go to Buc-ee's because they don't allow trucks. It's all for everybody but the truckers. And we're the ones who need parking. We're the ones who drive 500 to 600 miles a day. Okay, we're coming up on Willard, Utah. This is my kind of country though, but I definitely won't be moving to Utah. Even though I love the geography. I love the landscape. In most parts of Utah, I just love the scenery, and I love how much agriculture is here. Would ya? Well, there's great things to look at, but I definitely don't. I know that I would not like living here. It would be awful. Okay, here we go, people. Here we go. Gonna get pulled into this port of entry. Hopefully they don't give me any trouble. They sure gave Leslie trouble a couple years ago. Don't make any sudden moves. Don't look the DOT guy in the eye. Oh, I got the green light. Whoop, whoop. Doing a happy dance. If Dooley were here, he'd be doing naked air guitar back in the bunk. Be doing his Eddie Van Halen impression. That's what I used to tell people when they'd say, hey, where's Dooley? Well, he refused to put any pants on, so I left him in the bunk doing naked air guitar. I got up at 4 a.m. Mountain Time. Okay. Come on, flatbed. Okay, I'm getting over. Come on, flatbed. Happy dance. Happy dance. That does make me happy. Because I'm already going to be slowed down when I get pulled in at the port of entry in Wyoming at Evanston. Oh, Buc-ee's is a great big travel center. It's like a truck stop, but no trucks are allowed there. It's all for cars. And they got, it's a huge store, and they got all kinds of stuff in there. Robbin likes some of their food. I think it's, what was it? Was it jerky or burnt peanuts or what? I hate when guys do that. If I let you, the protocol is, if I move over to let you in, then you slow down and let me back over. Then you decide if you're fast enough to go around me. But no, he hung me and that other flatbed out to dry. Well, your dad's not allowed to take it to Buc-ee's. And we're the ones with a parking shortage out here. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Buc-ee's. And here's something that the owners of Buc-ee's should consider. How do they think they get all that truck? It isn't airdropped from an airplane. They're not near a railroad track. All of the stuff that stocks that store is shipped by truck. Yeah, well, look at me go. I'm going to pass him on the right because he didn't get over. Otherwise, I would have gotten in the left lane. I-15 is closed at milepost 309 Salt Lake City. Planned travel. Okay, well, I'm leaving I-15 way before I get to Salt Lake City. Off to my right, I can see the big Great Salt Lake. Yep, all to my right. Eat our dust. That's right. That's right. Marion just passed you on the right. But he's hanging out in the center lane, which is fine. I don't have a problem with people hanging out in the center lane. More populated areas like this, because truly he's in the lane of least resistance. He's not clear over in the hammer lane. He's not over here in the slow lane where cars are merging in and out. He's right in the middle, which is the lane of least resistance. Doesn't bother me at all. Marion just blew his doors off. Oh my goodness. I love chuck eye steak. Oh my goodness, I love chuck eye steak. My favorite steak is the chuck eye. He'll get his, yeah. We don't have to worry about it. There was a guy who really loved me hanging in the left lane yesterday. Dang, I was angry. I needed to get over it. He was a jerk. But these newer drivers, they don't know what the protocol is. If someone gets over in the left lane to let you in, you let them back into the right lane, and then you determine how fast you're going to go. You're going to go around them. Okay, Willard and Pleasant View, Utah. At this exit. Oh, my thing fell down. Hang on. Okay, how's that? It was dangling down there by my feet. It was my radiation-free earbuds. No microwaves in my ears. Okay. Bye, Kim. Thank you for being here. That's a cool right there, that Ford. They got a shotgun in the back window. That's how we used to drive. I always had a rifle in the rifle rack in the back window, but I haven't seen that in many years. I'm sure they're fine being here in Utah. Nobody's gonna harass them. Yeah, yeah, you don't see that in California, even in Northern California. I don't know. They'd send the SWAT team out after him. But that was normal where I grew up. We always had rifles in the gun rack. But it's been a minute since I've seen anybody with a gun in a gun rack. Till today. I'm kind of happy to see it. I just hope they're not part of that crew up north who think being white means you that white is a race. White is not a race. Huh. Yeah, that was normal where I grew up. My dad and I both had rifles in our gun racks. I had a Toyota pickup. I had one of those SR5s, and it had a gun rack in. This truck that I moved over so that truck could merge. He got behind me and he merged into the center lane, and I moved back over to the right. That's how that dance goes. I-15 closed at milepost 309. I wonder why. Wonder if there was a wreck. There he goes. Hard-working trucker. Almost got a job. That's an auto hauling truck. I applied for a job with an auto hauler there in Gresham. They're still kind of trying to reach out to me, but I'm going to suffer with this company at least for another year. But I'm not going to like it. We're one of the lowest paying companies on the road, and I cannot in good conscience try to talk anybody into driving for this company anymore. I talked one guy into it. I don't even know. I don't think he's even with the company anymore, but now I wouldn't. Because all the other companies caught up and passed us as far as how much they're paying their drivers. The last one. Yeah, I don't know if they've raised their rates or not, but the problem with the last one was they could only get runs going in and out of California all the time. And they're supposed to be an OTR. I'm supposed to be an OTR driver. I went to Florida twice during that whole time I was with that company, and I went to Chicopee, Massachusetts once. Otherwise, I was running up and down I-5, and I was sick of it. And I was sick of sitting. There was a whole lot of time I had to sit and wait for a dang load. And then it's like, hurry up and wait for a dang load. So, yeah. Yeah, I won't go back to work for night transportation, that's for sure. Smells like money out there. Smells like a cow pasture. Smells like money. Everybody hang on. Marion's gonna hit every bump on the road. Okay, I'm getting over. But then I gotta get back over because I gotta take an exit in 3 miles. Yeah. Whew. Need a little air. It's getting warm in here. That is a good looking Kenworth. Wow, that's a pretty truck. Pretty. I like pretty trucks. I especially like restored trucks. We're 3.2 miles away from the exit, Marion. Don't miss it. It's the Cheyenne exit. Oh! It's kind of hard to have even stitches going over bumps like that. Well, do your thing, Kenworth. Wow, that's a pretty old truck. That is a heavy load right there. All those concrete pipe.
In 2 miles to exit 340 on the right.
Okay. Ugh. Okay, I gotta get over, I think. Let's see. This lane does not end. Okay, this is the lane I need to take the Cheyenne exit. Don't miss it, Marion. And this guy is on, now he's doing 58 miles an hour. Oh, because traffic is backing up. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen traffic back up at this spot. We're 1.5 miles to the exit. Uh-oh. Rut-row. Gonna make us late. What is going on? We must have an accident up here. I'm hitting the hazards. Marion's on it. She's got this. Okay, well, it's not completely coming to a stop. This lane is still moving. I'm thinking that the Cheyenne exit is pretty clear. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I think the Cheyenne exit is clear. Everybody heading south at the 309 and we're at the 340. I don't know what's going on down there, but just get me off of I-15. We gotta roll fast. Sit back and relax. Let people merge because they don't know how to merge anyway, so. And I need to get over. Yay, that guy actually is letting me over. How weird is that? You know what? If you want to merge to the left, why don't you try a turn signal? What is wrong with people?
Be in either of the 2 right lanes, then take the exit to I-84 East.
Oh, this lane ended after I got over. Okay. Well, I'm still on the correct. Right lane closed ahead. Use caution. Well, I'm pretty sure that means I-15 and not I-84, because right here is where I-84 splits off of I-15 and heads towards. This is the Cheyenne exit right up here, and you go up to I think it's called Riverdale, Utah. Isn't Well, hello, Indiana. Wanda, I'm in Ogden, Utah, trying to get off of this packed I-15. Wanda. I need to figure out where Leslie is. I think she's been running local loads around here.
Continue on 340.
She's probably getting burned out from trucking. She trucks pretty hard, harder than I do. She trucks more like you do, Wanda, but I think she's burned out. Well, maybe not. Maybe she just decided she wanted to do local for a while. Don't know. I haven't really quizzed her on that. Diana, I just took the 84 off of I-15 in Ogden. I'm north of you. Right? Right, yes. And I-15 is closed down there at the 308 in Salt Lake City. So I don't know what's going on. But I took the 84 and I'm headed towards Echo and up to Evanston, and I got to get fuel in Laramie. Oh, and Marion's driving. I think about her too. I was thinking about her yesterday. I was going to call her, but I was on the phone with my friend Sandra most of the day, talking about what's going on back in Emmett with my friend Pat dying and all that's going on with her dogs and her house and her memorial, and oh my goodness, they got to wait for probate. Hopefully I can be there a week from tomorrow. Oh, you got caught in the big spring storm. Every year in either March or April, there's this huge whiteout, wet, nasty spring storm in that area. And, you know, we're talking about flights are canceled, freeways and highways and dirt roads are completely white out. You can't go anywhere. Thank you, Wanda. Yeah, the lady I lived with before I started driving truck, she was 86 years old and she passed away at home. And I would say 99% of her family was all around her when she passed Sunday night. But I hope to be there a week from tomorrow to pick up a few things. To Fort Bridger. I don't get that. Delivering on the 84. Well, Fort Bridger is on the 80. So, but he's taking the 84, because normally you take the 80 out of Salt Lake. Fort Bridger is 80. Okay. Here comes the canyon, you guys. This is the beginning of what I call the canyon, and the part that I kind of consider coming out of the canyon is when you get up there just before you cross into Wyoming. So yeah, going into the canyon, and then because I-84 ends in Echo, Utah, where you come into the 80, Interstate 80, and 80 goes on into Wyoming, and that's the way I'm heading. We got to get to Laramie ASAP to get fuel. Marion's got the hammer down. Oh, looks like they're building more apartments out here. Or more houses. maybe maybe another housing development. Who knows? They didn't call me and ask me my permission, so I have no idea what they're doing. And Pax is on her lap. Okay, people. Well, I might as well not get in a hurry, even though these people are not doing the speed limit. Because, oh, Niles is being mean to you. Because when I get up into these curves going into the canyon, I got to kick off the cruise and slow down. Because this is a top-heavy load. I mean, Freightliners, I think, are these. Excuse me. These Cascadia, Freightliner Cascadias feel top-heavy to me. So I'm already, you know, careful in corners. But then, hi Rebecca. But then this load of doors, they're wooden doors with glass panes in them. They are really nice wooden doors. I feel like this load is top-heavy. It's very secure. They're very secure. They're very, you know, securely tied into the trailer, strapped into the trailer. But they, it just feels very top-heavy to me. Plus, the trailer is a 14-foot trailer rather than a 13.6 tall trailer. Yeah, I don't know why, but I-15 is closed down there at Salt Lake City. I don't know what's going on, but thankfully I got off of, thank you, Diana. Yeah, I'm just really sad that I haven't seen her. I haven't seen Pat in probably a year. It's been a year since I went over there. No, it's been, well, I've seen her at church since then a couple of times, but to be at the house with her and the dogs, it was, let's see, it was 2022. It's been 2 years. Because I went over there with the motorhome before I drove the motorhome to the Dalles for the Yarny Social. And then after the Yarny Social, I drove the motorhome to Oregon City. Yeah. So it's been 2 years since I've been out of the house, but it's been a good 6 months, I think, since I have been to church in Emmett, which is where I would have seen her. Maybe longer. But she's been declining a lot the last 6 months, and finally just passed away Sunday night. Such a precious lady. 86 years old. 8 kids. I don't know how many grandkids and great grandkids. Yeah, I don't know if it's just southbound or if it's both directions. I just saw a sign up there around 345 that said that I-15 was closed in Salt Lake City. So, you know, it was a good 30 miles ahead of me. But here's the canyon, you guys. There's a river running down one side of the freeway, and there's a little electrical dam up here that it always fascinates me because it was built probably in the late 19th or early 20th century, so the architecture just always fascinates me. Little dam on the river, on this the Utah Power and Light Company. We'll get up here past Devil's Slide. Why is the tow truck going 35 miles an hour. Is he looking for somebody? What is going on? Is he updating his Facebook status? What's the deal, dude? I'm getting around you. Oh, little. Oh, jerks. I turn on my turn signal. What happens? The Prius that is right behind me, hanging on my bumper, decides to come around me and floor it. Jerks. La 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 la, woosa, woosa. It's a beautiful morning driving up the canyon. I'm happy to be on my favorite freeway in the world, I-84. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm drinking really good coffee, and I'm with all my friends here on the live. The only thing that would make it better is if I was in a motorhome and I decided to pull over at the rest area to crochet. Woosa. So in 29 miles, you're going to merge onto Interstate 80, Marion, going east towards Cheyenne, and then climb up the rest of the canyon. Bumpy road, bumpy road. We're now entering into Morgan County. Oh, there's geese on the river. Geese and ducks. Good morning. Ooh la la, Connie. I'm doing good. I'm on my favorite freeway in the whole country. I am not in California. I am not on Interstate 5. And I'm headed for Denver. And Marion's driving. I wish Marion was driving. Then we could all sit in the back and crochet. Snow Basin, Nordic Valley, Powder Mountain. Yep, she's got her cat pack sitting on her lap. We're rolling for Denver. We got big lofty goals to make it all the way in tonight, but I might end up in Johnstown. I might end up spending, what about Louisiana? Ouch. How about Louisiana Interstate, is it 20? Yeah. Coming out of Texas? Hello. No, thank you. No, thank you. In fact, when a lot of us get on a bumpy road, we measure how bad the road is by the Shreveport Richter scale. Because the worst roads in the world are in Louisiana. But I tell you what, I miss the food. Oh my goodness. I miss the food. And some little 14-year-old girl behind the counter calling me baby. It's like, girl, I'm 50 years old. You just called me baby? That just tickled me. I do miss the food. I don't like your roads, Connie. They're terrible. They are bad. Yep, the Shreveport Richter scale. I have yet to be on a road that's worse than those two main freeways going through. Are they bad? Yeah, they're pretty bad. Are you proud of them, Connie? But I do miss driving through there, bad roads or not. I miss driving in the south. So you're talking I-70 West, like up Loveland Pass? I haven't been over it for a while. I don't remember it being that bad, but of course I'm not on it that often. Morgan County. It's very pretty here too. As pretty as Utah is and how agricultural it is, with all the quarter horse ranches and the beef ranches, I still wouldn't live here. Not gonna do it. From Kansas. Oh, I haven't been to Kansas in years. From the Kansas state line through Lyman. Oh, I have not been east of Lyman. Oh my goodness. I want to say my first year of trucking. That would have been about 5.5 years ago. Yeah, I don't remember. They blame it on the fact that we are marshland. Oh, okay. I can't read a whole paragraph. I can't read a whole paragraph because I'm just scanning. Okay, it is 39 degrees here, according to the dash. I always think it reads a degree or two warmer than it actually is, because it's not far from the engine, and that's a big old Detroit engine. Produces a lot of heat and radiation. Whee! Whee! Go, Marion, go! Whoop, whoop! Flying down. I do love me some chuck eye steak. I think the chuck eye is the best part of the cow. New Jersey. Oh, honk the horn? I don't want to scare anybody. Okay, hang on. Are you ready? Is everybody pumping their arm? Everybody get to pumping your arm. Here we go. I wanted to make sure nobody was passing me because they would have freaked out. Oh, I'm sorry, Marion. What makes it hard for you to drive? Oh, now what do they want? No, I don't care. You're not paying me to take that extra training, so I'm not going to take it. Want us to take all these extra training classes. Like, when do you want me to do that? After I've driven 500 to 600 miles at the end of the day, when I'm in the bunk trying to fall asleep? You want me to do it in the morning before I log on? Before I do my pre-trip? Are you going to pay me to do it? No, you are not. I'm not taking that extra training. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get loads delivered. Uh-oh. 60 miles per hour? Really? How come? What's going on with your truck now? That brand new Cascadia. I'm driving a 23 Cascadia. I've put over 100,000 on it, but 1 or 2,000. You tell them, Connie. Oh, because of the poor roads. I did not know that. Yeah, I haven't been on that road since 2000. It was January of 2019 because we got into the Denver yard that afternoon. Me and another gal, we were running together. She peeled off at Aurora to deliver her load, and then we both met up in the driver's lounge later that day with other drivers to watch the last game of the playoffs to see who was going to the Super Bowl. And it ended up being the Patriots. And that was the last time I came in from... No, I think I did in 2020. Because I was over... Well, I don't know which direction I left Kansas when I was with Knight. I'm pretty sure I came in. I just don't remember the road. Oh, the west side's not bad at all. Yeah. That's been so long ago since I came into Denver from Kansas. They get some pretty bad weather out there. I think it tears up the road, and then those counties out there in the state, well, the state, that would be the state that repairs that road, and I don't think they put any money out there to the east. I used to live out there. I used to live just south of Lyman. That's where Dooley was born. Okay, slow it down for the corner, coming back into the canyon. I just call this whole stretch between this side of Ogden and Riverside all the way up to just before you get to Wyoming. I call this whole length, 84 and Interstate 80, the canyon outside of Ogden. Whee! Okay. That guy's got a border collie in his lap. He's sitting in Daddy's lap. That's the way Dooley was. When Dooley was little, he was sitting in Mama's lap and puking his guts out because he got car sick. But let me tell you, after years and years of riding in the pickup with his mama, when it was time to get in the big truck, all I did was open the door, and he looked up and jumped up in the truck, and the rest is history. He was a truck driving dog. Truck driving dog, and here I've gone 6 months without having a dog. I'm getting kind of used to not having to stop, but it's not healthy. I need to get another dog. Johnny and Biscuit and Buddy and Niles sitting in a tree. Large and in charge. That's right. He was the truck boss. Jack Jack was more of a passenger, but Dooley was in charge of this truck. Okay. I got a phone call. Can you hear me now? We're headed up the canyon. Going up past, we're going to be going past Devil's Slide. That was the ball and chain calling my DM, my dispatcher. The old ball and chain, George. Okay. So Marion, if we get pulled in at Evanston to show paperwork, that's going to be my little trucker break. Whoo, and I'm going to need it. Holy cow, am I going to need it. Lots of coffee coursing through my veins. Who else is ready for a little bathroom break? Raise your hands. Whew. Ugh. 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 Yeah, you too? Yeah. And that is a ways up there. Yeah, we're like an hour out. Okay, Amy's raising her hand. Looks like a chicken farm off to the right. Oh, then we're back to beef cattle and quarter horses. Same day service, huh? It used to be a service truck, but they've kind of painted over the letters. Ooh, ooh, ah! Damn thing. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. There we go. That ought to do it. Getting around this boy. Oh, this is killing me. There we go. Hennifer. Okay, we're coming up. We're 5 miles from the I-80 interchange up here. Quit doing that. Stephanie must be in here. She's turning the thing. She's turning the thing. She's messing with the phone. Oh, you damn thing. Stop it. Watch for ice, it says. We're down to 33 degrees. There. There. Now it's going to get tight. Tough thing. Okay. Okie dokie. Headed, we are rolling for Evanston now. Almost to Echo, Utah. Yep, that was the ball and change, George calling. The ball and chain. Have I mentioned that chuck eye is my favorite steak? Hi, Knitting. Hi, Gia. It's been a while. Okay. Gia. Knitting Turnpike. Good to see you. Good to see you. I am in Echo, Utah. No, he doesn't, but it'll probably be it'll either be a bear load out of Coors, Golden, Colorado, or it'll be a Purina load out of Denver. More than likely. Come on, Kia, get out of the way. big truck coming over because we got to go north. There we go. Isn't this pretty? Can you guys see that red cliff up ahead of us? It is so pretty out here.
In 1 3/4 miles, keep left 280 east.
Don't tell me, tell Marion. She's driving. Bossy GPS. We've got to name her the GPS because she's bossy. Oh yeah. Ding. Sharp curve ahead. Sharp curve ahead. Trixie. So we've got to vote for Trixie. We've got to vote for Grapes.
In the left lane.
I'm not sure I could remember to call her Grapes. I might remember to call her Trixie. Any other ideas? We'll get a list going. Bossy Trixie, Bossy Grapes. Okay, 45 around the corner. Yes, yes, ma'am. Come on, Spiffy, slow down. Here we go. Here we go now. Here we go now. We are on Interstate 80, headed to Wyoming. Whee! There's a magpie in the middle of the lane. Move, magpie! Go, go, go!
Continue on I-80.
Eating something in the road. It's like, I'm gonna get a bite before that truck comes. Look at these cliffs off to the left. Aren't they pretty? All this red rock out here is so gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's see, how long have we been on the road? Over 2 hours. We've been in an hour and 50 minutes. We've been on the drive line. Who's that? Oh, it's Nancy. Okay, Nancy. Well, Marion's driving this morning from New York. And Pax. Pax is helping her. But look at those rocks on those red cliffs on the left. They are so gorgeous. As much as I would never, ever, ever want to live in Utah, it certainly is pretty. It is pretty. My kind of country. We gotta turn on the hazards. Here comes a tanker. Go tanker, go tanker. Southern Tank Leasing. No, that's not a food grade. That's probably got baffles in it. So a food grade tank is a completely, on those tankers, the food grade tanks are a completely one long tube smooth bore, where any other chemical or any other product that isn't food grade, they have what they call baffles in there. They're like screens with great big circles in them. They'll have one or two or three inside that tank to slow down the sloshing, because the sloshing is dangerous. It's like hauling livestock. It like the whole herd jumps to one side of the trailer over, right? So for weight shifting and that liquid sloshing in anything other than a food grade tank, they've got baffles in them, usually 2. And they're just a big round piece of steel with big holes in it, so that the liquid can still, you know, flow through it. Seems like some tanks actually have solid baffles, you know, like solid, have holes in those baffles so that the liquid can flow through, but not so fast that you get this massive weight shift from, you know, forward and back and side to side as you're hauling liquid. So yeah, food grade, if you see like, you know, cooking oil or milk or anything like that, when the tank says food grade, that means there are no baffles in it. It's just one long smooth tube that that liquid is in, and you have to be pretty specialized. I'm pretty specialized when it comes to cargo. So that is that's my specialty, is liquid or livestock. Anything that moves, sloshes, shifts weight. Man, I haven't had to use my tanker endorsement for 2 years, 3 years. I think it was the first year Eric had me take a load that was actually, they were big square vats of like a liquid glue that the paper mill needed. Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. Without baffles, it's easier to clean. It's an easier, I mean, you can get too much stuff stuck in the baffles. Think about it. If it's milk, oh, you don't want to leave any remnant of anything in there, you know, between loads when the tank is clean. So yeah, the last tanker load, the last load I had to take that required a tanker endorsement was, you know, those big square plastic containers that have like a wire cage around them that hold liquid. They were full of liquid glue for the paper mill, and it was enough liquid in the trailer. I was in a dry van trailer like I've got now, but those vats were in there, and there was enough liquid in there to require a tanker endorsement to be legal. So Eric, the greatest DM on the planet, called me up and asked me, he says, you got a tanker endorsement, don't you? Yes, sir, that's my specialty, moving cargo. And he says, I got a load for you. So I think it was somewhere out of Sacramento or Stockton or somewhere around there where I picked up that load, and I took it to Camas, Washington, to the paper mill there and delivered it. Because you gotta have glue if you're making paper products. Oh, I'm so happy to be out of Oregon and California. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yesterday I went from Santiam Junction, which is just outside of well, it's east of Salem, east of Albany, up on the mountain there, where I spent the night at the brake check area. I went from there all the way to Snowville, Utah. I did like 570 miles yesterday. That's because I got off of I-5 and I was able to hustle. And it was two things. It was the fact that I wasn't in California anymore, and also it was because the sun is going down later in the day. So I had longer daylight hours to run yesterday, so I got way more miles. Way more miles. And I was so burnt out of going up and down California. It's like, I don't want to drive anymore. I'm done for the day. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm done. I'm out. But now I'm back to being enthusiastic about my job because I'm back in my country. Boing, 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 boing. It is bouncy through here. Okay. Whew. Get out of that lane. That lane is bouncy. It's a little bouncy over here, but not like that left lane. Wow. Oh, I love it out here. Love it. I plan on retiring. One of the places I'm thinking about retiring is Wyoming. But that is all up to God. I certainly don't want to retire in Western Oregon, for crying out loud. It's depressing. It is just depressing to live there. Wet and cold all winter long. It's just damp all the time. Even when it's hot, it's damp. I don't like damp. Cold damp, hot damp, I don't care. I don't like damp. But out here, this is a semi-arid climate. And the winters may be pretty harsh, but I learned how to live in those winters when I did live in Colorado. You know, they talk about a dry cold or a dry heat. I can handle that way better than I can handle a wet heat or a wet cold. Terrible. It's completely different. I can sit out on the porch and crochet and look at the cows. That's what I want to do in retirement. Plus, take some trips with you guys in the yarn bus. That's my idea of a good retirement for me. Here we go now. Here we go now. We be flying. I'm done with my steak. I do love steak. Steak for breakfast. It'd be nice if I had a dog in here to do the dishes like I used to. Maybe sometime soon. About a week and a half. Evanston. 22 miles. Woo-wee! And if we don't get pulled into Evanston, which I'm sure we will, then I'll go on to the truck parking area and pull over there and end the live. And use the little trucker's room. And let all of you use the bathroom. That's the plan. Make a new plan, Stan. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, cuz don't need to discuss much. Just sit on the key and set yourself free. Who remembers that song? Make a new plan, Stan. Whoa! Get rid of that noise. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Terrible content for a song, but it played on the radio over and over again. That and Cat Scratch Fever. Oh, he's being mean, Marion. He is being mean. I can't play while I'm going down the road. You guys will have to play for me. Okay, I got a trivia question for you guys. What is the difference between a bobble, a cluster, a popcorn, and a puff? Stitches. Oh yeah. Does anybody know? That was a tough one for me for a long time. I'm like, whatever, it's a popcorn or it's a puff or it's a bobble or it's a cluster. Who cares? Then I found out there were definite differences. Well, it's about their construction. So a bobble is like, you know, like 2 together, 3 together, 4 together at the top, but at the bottom they're in the same space. They're either in the same stitch or they're in the same little chain 1 space. They are narrow at the bottom. Where you take that same stitch, but you put the bottoms of those stitches in separate areas or in a wider area. That makes a cluster. Where they're all together at the top, but they're spread out at the bottom, that's a cluster. Now a popcorn, let's see, popcorn's the one where you start to do it like the bobble, but then you take the hook out. You take the hook out and go back to the first one. You do like 4 double crochet in a row, okay? Then you take the hook out of the loop, insert your hook into the first double crochet, and then back to that loop and pull that loop through that pop space with half double crochets together. They're always done with half double crochets. Like you've got a chain space or 1 stitch down at the bottom, but you just you yarn over, insert your hook, bring it up, yarn over, insert your hook, bring it up. I like popcorn stitches. I like the texture. I like the look of them. But the puff stitch is done with unfinished half double crochets for however many the pattern says, and then you yarn over and pull through all the loops. It's always done. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But then, like Selena, she's like, go ahead, try it with a different stitch, and you'll find out that is not a puff stitch unless it's done like a half double crochet. So that's the difference between a bobble, a cluster, a popcorn, and a puff. And I love all of them. I love the texture. Oh, did she? Well, I learned it from the American Crochet Association last year or the year before. It must have been, was it last? I don't remember. I think in 22 I learned that from the American Crochet Association. I haven't watched Sarah Sachs in a long, long time. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. And we're less than 6 hours away from Laramie, so. Hello, hello. I am in northeastern Utah. I'm getting ready to cross over into Wyoming. How are you today, Gwen? What are you working on? What are you drinking? What are you eating? What's going on? So I am getting into this stitching crime thing with Jill, the fiber floozy. And so I have purchased, I use Google Playbooks. I have purchased the book called Lost Girls, and it's about the Long Island killer. One of the Long Island killers. I think there's more than one, but this particular group of girls that he killed. And so I'm listening to that book. I'll be listening probably to the rest of that book today, so that on Friday night when she's live and discussing it, then I have a little bit of knowledge. And her dad, no, I'm thinking of the North Pole Killer. The North Pole Killer was a guy that her dad worked with in the military. Jill's dad. I don't know if she has a connection to this particular serial killer or not. Coffee, bell-bottom crochet with, oh, okay, cool. Cool. I've been working on my squares for the spring square swap. I will definitely have those ready to be mailed out by May 1st. I'm very excited to get squares back and put together that blanket. I'm even going to go do a video about how I put together squares. The spring friendship Afghan. I know I'm very excited to see pictures of everybody else's Afghan. And I picked out a project. The seasonal Yarny YouTube hop. I got that done, and now I'm thinking about the summer pattern. I have a pattern I'm going to use for summer. I want to get back to work on the Montana. I miss working on the Montana. That's what I want to be working on. Big old queen size blanket. I got to have that done before August 1st, like around August 1st, so that I can enter at the state fair. Ooh, I gotta go. I'm ready for a trucker break. And like I said, when we get pulled into the port of entry up here at Evanston, then I'll end the live. We need seems like we have 6 people in the latest group. So we probably need 6 more to finish that group. That would be great. That would be perfect. And if you want to know about the spring square swap, there's a link in the description box to watch that video. Well, hazards. We're only doing 44. Come on, Spiffy, pull the hill. Yeah, yeah, Mew. I love this country. Love it. Wide open spaces. I love it. Wasatch. Up here there's an exit called Castle Rock, and there's a wide dirt lot just off the exit. I like to spend the night there when I can. It's quiet. Oh boy, is it quiet. It's so nice. When the timing is right, I get to pull off there and spend the night. Okay. Okay. Oh, I guess I can. We're doing 70 now, Marion. You can shut off the hazards. Let's see. Evanston is 10 miles away. And that's where we will. And Cheyenne's 383. But I plan on skipping Cheyenne. I plan on cutting off at Laramie and going down through Wellington, down by Fort Collins. Shaving 17 miles off my run today if I go that way. When I checked the Wyoming 511 app early this morning, all the roads in Cheyenne looked green, except for the seasonally closed roads, but the I-80 looked green all the way across. No high winds, no snow and ice, and I'm praying, God, please let it stay that way all the way. If it's your will, God, I'd like to make it all the way to the yard tonight. These Denver loads are always tight. Way too tight. Hi, Ellen. Having a bit of day. Just wanted to... Okay, well, I hope your day gets better. Hope your day gets good. Really, really good. Look at me. I'm almost to Wyoming. I'm so happy. Happy, happy, happy. I'm on the 80. Yay. Let's see, what does that say? Road work 6 miles ahead, use right lane. Well, I use the right lane anyway. Yes, she is. She's all in love with that. They got a brand new Buc-ee's up there, Wanda. And I was telling her I have a little trouble getting excited about a brand new Buc-ee's. I have never been in a Buc-ee's because I'm always driving truck. Okay, 2 miles to the port of entry. Let's see if... Oh, yes. I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed. Okay. Oop. Let's see. What do we got up here? Boat check station. Boats exit at port. Well, includes kayaks and canoes. They don't want you bring it. Yeah. Yeah. See, we can't go into Buc-ee's. And I hear all these things about how great Buc-ee's is. Nah, 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 nah. I don't want to hear it. They'd be super great if they had truck parking. Okay, 2 miles to the port of entry, guys. Oh. Look at that, I got the green light. I mean, how often does that happen? Never. Well, occasionally, a handful of times. I have come into Wyoming and gotten a green light. They must be busy. Oh yeah, their parking lot's full. So up here, there will be a truck parking area, and that's where I will pull over and end the live. Yay, I got the green light. Use the little trucker room, and then I'm gonna hammer down. Got to get fuel in Laramie and make it to the yard. Yeah, I'm going to be flying by her this afternoon, I think. If all goes well, you know how plans are. If you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. But the plan is to go 580, 90 miles today and make it all the way to the yard in Denver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I'm praying for. Yay, I'm in Wyoming. Why is the speed limit 65? I'll do 69 in a 65, sometimes 68 if it looks really sketchy. And I don't want to get a ticket, but I don't want to slow down either. Dun, 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 dun. Going through Evanston. I got a friend who lives here in Evanston. She's been driving truck like her whole life. I think she's in her 60s or 70s now, probably in her 70s now. Sweet lady, sweet lady. I met her at Laramie one time when we were all closed down for the weather. So whenever we get shut down for weather at a truck stop, I go into the restaurant and sit at the truckers counter and get to talking to the other truckers, and that's where I met her. And we've been friends. We talk about once a month, maybe. One of us will give the other a call. Sweet lady. I met her, then I met her like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. I met her at one night at Point of Rocks up here on the other side of Rock Springs, and we had dinner together. Very nice trucker lady. She lives right here in Evanston, but I think she's been taking loads down to Georgia lately. She gets the good loads. She gets the really good runs. She gets runs like Wanda, cross country. That's what I want. Running those southern states. What? Left lane ends 1 mile ahead. Well, I might as well stay behind Decker. Might as well slow it down and not try to pass him on an incline when I'm just going to have to get in the right lane anyway. Well, come on out, dude. I'm slowing down for the blue truck. Yep, we're getting slowed down here. Pay attention, blue truck, because I'm giving you space to come out. You better take advantage. Floor it, dude. Come on. I got trucks piling up behind me. What the heck? Why did they wait till the last minute to accelerate and get over? That is not how you merge. What are you, from Missouri? Give me a break. So now the speed limit's down to 50. I should have just gone on by that loser. Woosah, woosah. Got construction going on already this year. Ugh. Getting on around him. Mergers. Oh, Missouri mergers are horrible. They're the worst in the country. You ask any truck driver who's done OTR and ask them, where are the worst mergers? And they'll say, St. Louis. St. Louis, Missouri. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, Decker. Right up here is the truck. There's a truck. Yeah, I see it. There's a truck parking area right up here. So, Decker, what is your deal? You're killing me. Killing me. chain up area, 1 mile. That's where we're going to stop and end the live. They are the worst. Oh my goodness. I mean, they're bad enough everywhere else. People are not taught how to merge these days. Nobody's training these people how to be good drivers. They're training them how to be a-holes. Okay, here we go. Here we go now. Yep. Oh, half a mile. And I get to take a little 2-minute break. And then I'm going to climb over the sisters. Truck parking area, 1,500 feet. Oh, I don't think I've ever pulled into this one before. Oh, I think I did once. Once I pulled in here. Here we go. What is that guy doing? Wagging? I don't want to see you peeing. He'll be shocked to see. Oh no, he's not. He's walking his dog. Okay, now you're a good person. A lot of these guys just get out of their rigs, walk out there and just whip it out, and they're standing there proud as punch that everybody can see what they're doing. No, he's walking his dog. Okay, you guys, this has been fun. You guys have really helped me pass the time to get here. Been on the road for 2 hours and 24 minutes. Good to see you all. Let me see what I missed in the chat. He's driving like an Arky. Those damn uneducated mergers, yes. Okay, everyone have a great day. I'm gonna try to make it all the way to the Denver yard. Thanks for driving, Marion. Good to see all of you. I love you guys. Bye.